Well, what do we think?
I think.
Oh, we're.
Yeah, we got it. We could call it.
I do like you.
Cold open. Hey, sweetie boy. Ooh, you're doing it.
Oh, look at our big leaves.
I was talking to you.
Oh.
Just take this rope off, sweetie.
Here, I'll do it.
I got it.
Oh my God, you're such a happy girl. Donut.
Yeah, let's stay on the blanket.
Good
You want water?
Oh, I forgot mine in the car.
What?
Pregnancy is just difficult. Everything tastes weird. Donut, come here.
To be honest with you, I forgot. I couldn't even tell you were pregnant. You look good.
I'm 7.5 months.
What's the problem?
Nothing. Oh, I thought you were doing something.
Is there something in there? Oh, I forgot. You don't like water. Do you want me to put some? I can put some lemonade in there. It's organic.
What brand?
Uncle Matt's.
Oh. Can I actually have a splash of the lemonade? A little more than that.
So you want some lemonade on a splash?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this over with. Theme music.
Couldn't agree more.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah.
Adam Ray, Brett Moore, and I got a little stoned.
Oh, that sounds so fun.
It was fun. We did way too much music, and so I came down this morning because I don't smoke anymore. I just do edibles. And it just reeked of weed, although I do miss it. I like the smell of it. But I let it air out a little bit. I don't know. Did you tell?
No, I didn't notice.
Oh, I still smell it. All right.
All right. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Get it
Esther,
done.
happy man. Everything.
Great to see you.
When is your baby due?
I'm 7.5 months.
So maybe it's going to be due on one of your favorite days, Pi Day.
Wait. No, that's too early.
March 14th?
Yeah. Obviously, I know what Pi Day is.
Oh, how is that too early? Aren't you doing 1.5 months?
I'm due the end of March.
Ah, the Ides. No.
No, when's the Ides of March?
March 5th?
15th?
I think 5th.
I think 15th.
When's the Ides of March? People are viewership spiking.
Can you stop doing that with your mouth?
It's frozen on your movie, which unfortunately I didn't get to finish.
That's okay.
But
Thank you for watching so much of it so quickly.
I was enjoying it. I just I started it this morning and then I had a table read and then setting up and I didn't have time to get to it. But I really enjoyed it and I will finish it after this.
I'm glad to hear.
When is the Ides of March? March 15th. Knew there was a 5 in there. Good job. That's the day after Pi Day. Coincidence?
There's no coincidences in life.
You don't think?
I do think. I was just being dramatic for the show.
So for the audio only people, Esther brought a pastry. Thank you to our sponsor, Squarespace. Moshe?
Yeah, that's me.
Moshe, do you remember back in the day when people would have to make websites, but it'd be really complicated because you didn't know how to code?
Ugh, the 1700s were the worst.
Start with a free trial at squarespace.com. It's where dreams become websites. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to
www.squarespace.com/TYSO
to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I'll also say I'm a Squarespace user.
Well, that's really beautiful.
I'm sorry. We'll talk more about it later. Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders plus 2 free pillows.
Yeah. Just go to helixsleep.com/TYSO and enter the code HelixPartner20.
This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts meow.
This is you. They could have used you there.
Yeah. Well, better sleep starts now. But I was just doing it because it's a cat.
Yeah.
We're having a good time over here. And if you live in San Francisco and you want to have a good time, Sunday, April 7th at 7 p.m., I am coming there to do a headlining show, and you could get tickets at the link in the description. San Francisco, Cobb's Comedy Club, April 7th, Sunday, 7 p.m. Will I see you there? Snap.
My dog's name is Donut. Oh, good. She's such a good girl, which Dave doesn't, now that like he's grown so deeply attached to her, he's like, I wish she had a person's name. Okay. And she's becoming a problem, but that's kind of good. Like, I feel like you and I need a little problem.
Really?
Well, when it's just us two, look, we needed a guest. It's like our old show.
Why are you laughing like you came into so much money?
Wait, why? Because
It's like
ugly?
our old show. You know, you're like that a little bit.
Well, it's just, it feels like the elephant in the room that we had a show.
I think you look good. Oh. No.
That we had a show.
Right?
And then we never addressed it ending.
Didn't we?
I actually don't think, I think we meant to, and then we couldn't.
That's on you.
Well,
I
it's
said
not,
I wanted to do, and I said if we can't do an episode letting everybody know, could we at least, I'll do it. Could we at least do a Zoom?
and I said yes, and then you never followed up.
Okay, I could look through the text and show you that
I could too. I definitely didn't say no to that. And also, you were the one.
you were going down to San Diego. You didn't want to. Could we do it later? I
Yeah.
then reached out to you later.
Okay,
and
I don't remember that. But also,
I'm just giving you a little bit of a problem. I'm okay.
no, same. Are you kidding? We're both so happy it's over. Right?
Yeah. I wanted it to end.
But like also so happy to still be here.
Absolutely.
Happy you know what I say in life, if you as long as you try,
as long as you have lemonade.
trying things.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were doing.
Yeah, it was an experiment. So I'm proud of us for trying.
Yeah,
I also got pregnant and was really sick for a lot of those episodes. I can't even believe I made it to recording. I was
well, most of them you actually didn't.
That's not
which
true.
is why I wanted to end it. You wouldn't show up, but you kept insisting bringing people. Like, Rick, I can't deliver. But if I bring people, and I was like, just feel better. Let's just call it.
Book Miranda Cosgrove to sit in as me.
Yeah.
But she said no.
She said yes.
And then she said no later.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for having me. I'm glad that we cleared the air.
With what? Oh, the smell of weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. People keep saying stuff like, are there any more episodes? Is it done? And I guess like we should have had Deadline announce something.
That it was canceled?
Yeah.
Well, it's never done.
It's never done.
It's never done.
It's very optimistic.
You never know. You and I are like, it's an ongoing conversation at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And I will always come on this show. You will always be on Trash Tuesday, I'm sure. And maybe, who knows?
You never know where the fates will take the personalities. And isn't that true with many things? Like, relationships come and go and projects come and go. Like, take, for example, that show that you were on that Benji created. What's it called?
That I created with Benji.
Benji show.
Alone Together, that
Alone
you were
Together.
on an episode of.
Who's to say that won't come back?
Me. Most networks.
Benji's main. It's really up to Benji.
Most networks say.
Oh, yeah?
But at every live show, someone asks, why did Alone Together get canceled?
What do you tell them?
I'm like, well, that happened 7 years ago, but I love you.
7 years ago it ended?
I think maybe 5.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really count years. It's more like vibes.
Right. How many vibes ago then?
5 to 7 vibes ago.
So a vibe is about a year then? 1 vibe per year?
But it's not the same length as a year. A vibe is not 12 months.
Well, either is a year.
A year is 12 months.
Well, it's a vibe. People still watching? We've tried this so much where now it's like, now what? What are we gonna talk? Oh, you got a movie coming out. June, Pharmacy June.
Drugstore June.
Drugstore June.
Drugstore Juno today.
It's the new Juno. And it looks like you're transitioning as well.
To what?
A beautiful young man.
It's a girl.
Is it a girl?
Did I not tell you? No, you knew that. You knew that. But it's okay.
You know what?
Why would you remember?
I don't know if I knew that, but I did assume it was a girl. But maybe it's because you did tell me and I forgot that you told me and then I just pictured it. But I was thinking girl, but I don't think you told me.
I'm very happy it's a girl.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't think about gender at all during...
I never think about gender.
You don't?
No.
Oh. But if
Go
someone
on.
was pregnant, you'd be thinking about it.
I used to think I wanted a boy, and though I still do, not more than a girl.
Okay.
I would love to have a girl.
Yeah, I think girl and dad is like the best relationship, so I'm very, very excited
Boy and
about
mom
that.
is good too, but you have never experienced that.
No, and I don't even have a brother, so I don't know anything. Like, a boy would feel so foreign to me. Like, I don't feel prepared to raise a boy.
Oh.
But do you feel closer to your mom than you are your dad?
I have different closenesses, but I'm a mama's boy.
Say more?
I'm a mama's boy, Esther. Like when I'm sad about something,
Gulp, gulp,
I call
gulp,
my
gulp.
mom. I call both. I'll talk to both my parents. And I love talking to my dad too. But like if I need somebody, like if I need some nurturing, and I always do, it's my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'll go.
My mom nurtures me too.
Yeah. I feel like you have a museum relationship with your mom.
Explain?
Cold.
Yeah. She's a little AI. It's like AI made a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
But
By the time this comes out, who knows?
it's moving quick out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bored.
I know. People at home eating whatever they're eating while watching, they go, yeah, same.
Because I don't know what we can talk about.
I don't
we
either.
Can't.
I don't think I've ever. It's podcasting is. It's like you could almost always find something to talk about with anybody else, but I feel like instead of taking melatonin, I should just invite you over at 10 p.m.
You could just listen to my solo podcast and my old episodes of that, and that would work.
I can't. My phone. Every time I go to it, my phone doesn't play it. Do you ever? Does people ever tell you that there's problems with your?
No, I don't hear that often.
That's weird. Then how come nobody watches it?
It's also canceled.
Is it?
No, I just stopped doing it like a year ago. But
Yeah, you don't cancel stuff. You just put it down and walk away.
But I am curious, how is your life different now because you are in the middle of shooting a show, and that's like a very high stress, like huge time commitment. Like, how are you handling that?
Well, after doing a serious drama, when I'm doing a network sitcom, it's really not as high stress as one might think.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I know how to do this job.
Okay, I actually meant like, I actually take back high stress, and it's like high time commitment, which could lead to high stress.
Sure.
Because then you're like really managing times so specifically, and it's
Well,
hard.
that's why I have some of these backed up. I'm like backing up some podcasts.
Yeah.
How's
your colon? Is it also backed up?
I did a cleanse during Christmas to New Year. And
What cleanse?
her name is Mary Shanuda, and she set me up with it. She was a guest on my podcast, and it was 7 days. The first 3 was just bone broths and soups, and then the next 4 days was breakfast was beets, tahini, and greens. Lunch was chicken liver and blueberries and an avocado. Dinner was salmon and Japanese sweet potatoes.
That's a really good pregnancy diet.
You like Japanese sweet potatoes, I bet.
Who doesn't? Of
A
course.
lot of people don't know about them.
How does liver taste? Were you able to like...
It tastes. She did a great job with it. It still grossed me out. I was eating it and I was like taking bites and then drinking water and being grossed out. But it tasted fine, just knowing what it was.
Liver, like according to the top pregnancy research, that is like the most nutritionally dense food, and you should really have it.
Yeah.
But I
take liver pills now.
You do?
Yeah. But I ate it during this cleanse. We'll keep it on the blanket, right?
Come here. Come here.
You know, I know people watch this podcast because they like me and they enjoy the podcast and they like the guests. I know people like you. I'm just not wondering. I don't know what to do for another hour.
Yeah, I'm right. I know.
Like I'd watch something. I just finished the new season of Love on the Spectrum. I'm watching the new season of Queer Eye.
Okay.
Do you like those shows?
Sometimes I watch Love on the Spectrum with Dave. I didn't see the new season.
Really good.
It makes him cry a lot. It's so cute.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good.
I also cry in West Wing. I'm rewatching. You cry in almost every episode of West Wing.
He rewatches that too all the time.
Yeah, Dave and I have a lot in common.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as at least liking Queer Eye and West Wing.
Not Queer Eye, but
But you said he cries at it.
Love on the Spectrum.
Love on the
Do you watch?
Spectrum.
He watches Project Runway though. Do you?
No, I used to watch it when with Jackie Tone. You know Jackie. I don't know why I said Jackie Tone. Like, her name's Jackie Tone. Put up some thumbnails. She got me into that show, and I watched it a little bit. But I don't know. I want to like reality television more than I do.
Do you want to like ask me questions about the movie?
No.
Okay, I was just
I
trying
saw
to
Bobby
help.
went on Rogan and promoted the movie.
Can we talk about the movie I'm promoting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your movie, Bobby?
Oh, I'm barely in it.
He did, which is just my perfect target audience.
Yeah, you think Rogan's audience won't like your movie? Or they wouldn't even watch it?
I just don't think it's the target audience.
What's the target audience?
Young women,
Oh, well, then you came on the right podcast.
because women love you, you think?
I don't know if they love me, but they love this podcast.
Yeah, I thought you said that, and then you kind of walked it back once that it was maybe a lie.
Well, I don't remember what it was.
Because the majority of comedy podcast fans I know to be it's male.
Yeah, there's a lot of females that watch this show.
But is it
For a comedy podcast. It's not 50%.
okay? So that's
Like 20%.
So that's not a female-driven audience.
For comedy podcasts, that isn't a female podcast. 20 to 25%.
So
female.
you're arguing that it's high for a comedy podcast, which has which is statistically low. So that's.
Do you think women
what
that
I'm
don't like
saying.
comedy are going to like your movie?
The women that don't like comedy will like my kind of, yeah.
Me too. It was pretty dramatic.
It's not dramatic.
No, but it was what inspired the synthesizer sounds. It was very fun 80s.
Oh,
Is that-
I didn't do the sound design, but our friend Nick Goosen, who directed it, he did that, and I think he did an amazing job with the sound design. That gets a lot of compliments in screenings. And I'm always like, okay, what else was good?
You look very pretty in it.
I don't agree.
You did. There's some of the shots where I saw it and I said out loud, like, "Whoa, look at that!
What do you think of my love interest?
Great hair.
He's so hot, isn't he?
Great hair.
He's so good looking. It's like funny to me that he's my love interest.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
That's also, by the way, you look fine. But do you think that made sense?
What?
That he was your love interest? Or was that like as
No,
you
I
wrote
think
it?
that's why it's funny.
Yeah. When you auditioned with him, did you do a chemistry read?
No, we offered him the role.
Where did you know him from?
He had a really big show on Netflix that I'm forgetting the name of, but it was he's been working for a while. He's really good.
Is he dating anybody?
I believe he was in a real, I don't know because I haven't seen him in a year because we shot the movie a year ago. But at that time, he was dating the lead of his TV series, his Netflix show, and they were the cutest couple. And she came to set, and it was like she was meeting the gargoyle who was his on camera.
Right. And did Dave come to set?
He did, yeah.
Did Dave and her have a little bit of a thing while you two had a thing?
I didn't see that. No, I would have been happy for Dave though if they had.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know if they met.
The movie cost, was it $15 million?
50, yeah.
Was it $50 million? How did you do it with such a budget? Dude, this is such a hard podcast. I really do want to hang out with you though.
What's missing?
I don't know what to ask you.
You were having a sad morning.
Yeah,
Can we blame this on that?
sure. I don't want to.
I'm like in a good mood because I'm very lonely at home right now.
Oh, is Dave out working?
He's away for a bit, and so I need this.
Right.
This is because
Where is he? You're not allowed to say?
He's just working.
Yeah, Dave's a good boy.
But like,
It's weird doing a podcast with you without him now because I think that helped.
I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that helped.
Because that was what was happening is I was so sick I couldn't drive. He was driving me. Like podcasting with you was the first and only thing I was doing where I was leaving the house when I was so ill.
Yeah.
But now I'm not as ill, but I am in this, there's the emotions that are affecting me. I'm very sensitive. I'm very lonely. It's just, I'm sad.
Dude, I think I might just be pregnant.
Say more.
I
Didn't you
connect.
say you have high estrogen?
My I've been able to get it. I've been low. Yes. High testosterone and high estrogen.
Because the things I'm feeling are from high estrogen during pregnancy. So you're not off. We have the same hormonal imbalance right now.
Yeah, I've been dealing with some hormone stuff that I've actually got some new information recently. I've been trying to figure out, which is promising. But yeah, I can empathize what it's like to be pregnant. I think not as much as you, but more than Dave could probably understand. Lonely and sad and emotional and
like,
very sensitive.
Okay, do you ever? I have not experienced this in so long.
What, about crying at what?
Do you just get sad and cry?
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah. I am not used to that. And it is terrifying. It just comes on and I'm like, I can't stop crying. And there's like this emptiness feeling. Like I just feel so low and sad. And
are you still looking in the mirror?
No, I've looked away by that point. But I'm like, I'm fine. Yeah. Everything's fine. Yeah. But physically, I'm so sad and I can't stop crying and the emotions are just like piling on. Have you ever really seriously, you have that?
When I'm sensitive about something going on in my life, it consumes me.
And what do you do?
Call my mom.
Really?
Yeah. Therapy, call my mom. I'm really into feeling things and trying to get better at self-soothing. And I've been cheating with CBD.
Not weed though?
Weed too, but weed gets me silly and have a good time, and I love it. But I'll actually show what the brand is. I've been taking these, and they're just like incredible.
It's only CBD? Oh no, I know that brand.
Yeah, it's straight up CBD.
They make non-weed?
Yeah, well, it's like 20 to 1.
Okay,
so it's like 1 milligram of THC, I think.
Let me see.
But 20 of CBD.
I have not touched weed in so long.
The brand is
Wild. WYLD.
It's funny that doesn't say it on here, but yeah, that's what it is. Wild. Strawberry gummies, cannabis infused.
I think that because I was on Lexapro for, the last 3 or 4 years before this pregnancy. And then also I just kind of like to be a tough girl. I'm not used to feeling sad and it's freaking me out. But there must be something good about feeling your feelings, right?
Oh yeah. And also, feeling sad helps you get new questions. Like, I have this, it would, like if I were to do T-shirts of things that I've said on this podcast at least 20 times, what I'm about to say would be one of them, is that answers are relatively easy and I find questions to be harder. And like once you know what you're looking for, like you could troubleshoot and figure it out and try a cleanse or try different food or don't do certain foods or don't be around certain people or be around certain people or sleep differently, whatever it is, you're feeling something. So when I get sad, there is like, it's like, all right, let's fucking grow, dude.
I have to unbutton my pants. Hold on.
Okay.
And unzip. What'd you say?
Maybe you got to put your headphones on.
No.
That when I get sad, I try to be like, okay, what's going on, dude? Like I podcast with myself.
It's an opportunity to dig in.
Yeah.
And ask.
Yeah. And talk to myself out loud.
Yeah, but see, I'm not even motivated to do that because I just don't try. I feel like it's all hormonal, and my brain is going, "You're fine."
Right. Well, that's the same thing. That's the conversation you're having with yourself. Checking in doesn't mean something needs to be fixed. It could be like, oh, you know what? I ate a certain thing, or I'm pregnant, or I'm a certain thing. Like I sometimes think of emotions as being drunk, where like if somebody spikes your drink and you're drinking and you feel this thing and you don't know that you had alcohol or whatever drug, you're like, what's going on? But once you feel, you know what? I forgot I had 2 drinks. Oh, this is what I'm feeling. So you're able to recognize the patterns of, okay, so my body feels this way. I understand why. Now there's nothing to figure out.
Okay. That is, for the first time, a great analogy.
It's not the first time.
For me, from you. That was a great analogy.
Mm-hmm.
I think, wow. Because that is so spot on of my experience where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's right. I have these pregnancy hormones. That's what's going on.
Just making sure things are still going. Sorry. I thought you knew that I do that all the time here on this. I've always done that.
I forgot. It's distracting.
I understand.
Anyways. Next question.
When did you get so good at this? So, like, when I see people go on late night to promote their project, I often think, like, show the trailer and or talk about the thing, sure. But when they're up there and they're doing it the whole time, it's like, if I like the guy or the girl, I'll want to see their thing.
That's a great point.
So, like, the idea of, like, interviewing you about this movie, we could do.
I don't need to do that.
But
I was just truly trying to, like, move the conversation in any direction possible, and that was the first thing that came to mind.
Where can people see it? Do you know yet?
Yeah, it's by now, the time this is coming out, it's playing in select theaters. You can get that info at drugstorejune.com. And then depending on when this is out, it might also be for sale on iTunes. It's definitely up for pre-order or they don't call it iTunes anymore, on Apple TV.
Yeah, this will be out around Pi Day.
Oh, okay. It's probably
guess.
Available then on Apple.
Well,
or video on demand even.
You know, honestly, I think the last time you hear this happen, I never see flies in here.
I get that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I never see flies in here. And there was when you were here before. And I think that happened in New York, but also the podcast studio is like right outside where there's a bunch of dumpsters. But you brought some in. What is that?
Next question.
Sure. What was it like making your very first movie that you wrote?
It was fun and exciting and a lot of night shoots, which are hard.
Why?
Do you like staying up all night?
No, I get it.
It's hard on the body.
Sure. But, you know, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. to go to work.
You're right. That sucks too.
What would you prefer? To wake up at 5 and go to
5
and go to work until 6:30 p.m.?
100%. Then you get out on time. You have like enough time to have a life a little bit. You can go out to dinner.
Have salmon and Japanese sweet potatoes.
Oh, I love sweet potatoes. I wish I could make my own at home that were tasted good.
You can.
I just can't. I can't. I've tried. I can't yet.
Okay. Take some sweet potatoes, cut them up, blanch them if you had the time.
What is blanch? You see, you already.
There's flies all over the place. Give it a cold water bath, an ice water bath for 10 minutes.
That's blanching?
I saw what's her name in Golden Girls do it once, and I thought that's what it was.
Are you just thinking of a woman named Blanche?
Yeah, but that's what she did. Blanch. How do you blanch potatoes? Bring a pot of. So blanching is boiling it. So no, it's still water though. So the opposite of blanching.
It sounds like you just are making it up as you go, and you don't actually know how to do this.
No, I know how to do it. I just use the wrong term. Cut them up, put them in some ice water for 5-10 minutes, then season them. I like to use an avocado oil. You could use an olive oil.
Why do I have to use a different one?
I'm just giving you options. Like, I'm not saying you have to use avocado oil.
Okay.
But I like to use oils with a higher burn temperature and that are clean.
I recently heard that's a myth and that olive oil is still better.
Okay.
I'm just sharing what I saw.
Well, you could use that.
Okay.
A little bit of salt.
Are you offended?
No.
Okay.
A little bit of salt. I say a little bit because we're going to add more when they're ready.
I love salt.
Yeah, same.
Oh, it's so good.
Use a sea salt. I know you don't understand.
I use Redmond's brand salt. It's the best salt. I've researched this.
Great.
I've talked to every pretty girl I've ever met about salt, and I know the salt. So don't try to
we had a conversation about
mansplain
electrolytes,
salt
and you
to
didn't
me.
understand it.
Okay,
Swipe to it.
I don't feel like you know anything about water, and like.
Oh, you really? Do you want to talk about electrolytes?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about minerals? Do you want to talk about sea salt? Do you want to talk about sodium? You want to talk about how these fucking Corporations are shoving down our throat. First, fat is bad, then salt is bad, and then sugar is bad. No, fucking poison is bad. Salt isn't just good, it's necessary. It's why our body craves it. But you're using it preservatives, and you're just using simple table salt, and you're not using it from the sea with all 26 minerals that are needed, not just to hydrate our body, but to literally live.
I just don't understand what woman is attracted to this.
Anyway, I like to top it off with a Milton's flaky salt, like a pretzel salt.
Maldon, you mean?
Maldon.
What's going on? Are you pregnant?
I don't know certain names. Oh. And you know what else people do with sweet potatoes? Which I do, because it's fun, but it's not something I would say all the time, but you might like it. Little cinnamon and brown sugar.
Oh. Wait, okay, so something we talked about on our old podcast. You were like really pitching honey as a dipping sauce. And I was like, no, because I can't, that's too much sugar. I need to save my sweet treat for, allotment for later. Well, I've had really bad acid reflux and I haven't been able to have sauces. But you know what is a sauce that's safe is honey. Mm-hmm. So I have been doing that trick and it's been working.
Have you been dipping honey in any salty things, like a French fry or something?
No. But I make a salad dressing that's olive oil, honey, and salt. And the salad has chicken tenders in it.
And then I top the salad with a hamburger bun, and on the bottom, oh, are you calling a chicken tender sandwich with lettuce a salad now?
You would love my chicken tender salads.
Where do you get the chicken tenders? How do you make them?
They're frozen from the...
Oh.
Yeah, and then you toast them up in the air fryer. And there's hard-boiled eggs. Sometimes instead of dressing, I do use barbecue sauce.
Right.
But,
well, that's what I was saying. A honey and barbecue sauce together is so good.
Of course. That would be called honey barbecue sauce. Mm-hmm. Of course it's good.
Mm-hmm. I'm remembering why I said I didn't want to do this anymore.
I remembered that when I was driving over.
Oh, when I said that? Let's see what else.
Hey, Rick, that's your name, right? Mm-hmm. You were talking earlier about a really intriguing website, Squarespace?
Oh, yeah. Go to rickglassman.com. That's run by Squarespace. But anyway, go ahead.
Can you tell me more about this online store thing?
You mean selling your products on an online store?
Yeah, well, I know about online stores where you have to pick between digital or physical products. It's my least favorite thing about them.
So the thing choosing between physical and digital is you're forgetting about service products. And with Squarespace, you don't have to pick one, all three.
You can do all three. How much does a trial cost? It must be astronomically expensive.
No, it's truly free. You could take a look and play with...
Oh, you're going to talk about the flexible website templates, right?
There are so many to pick from, and you could also choose different things for different pages. Let's say you want to have your online store. Let's say if you want to have your homepage, your about page. There are so many different versions of this, and there's nothing you need to code. You could look at it. You can move pictures around. It's very simple.
Yeah, but I'm sure these websites you have to access, organize, and upload all your content in all these different places, right?
I'm looking at right here. Asset library. Upload, organize, and access all your content from one place. With the new asset library, you're able to manage all your files from one central hub and use them across the Squarespace platform.
This product is great! So you're telling me all I have to do is head to squarespace.com for a free trial?
Yep. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/TYSO.
To save 10% off your first purchase, right?
Yep. Of a website or a domain. Arnold.
Yeah,
Arnold,
yeah.
it seems like you have some back problems.
Yeah, I have the same back problems that other guests have. I think I'm going to...
Just you and...
I blame the couch.
One other guy.
Maybe I could use a better product to have a sleep on.
Do you prefer a hard mattress or a soft mattress?
Sometimes I like it hard, and then other mattresses, I buy it soft. But I don't know how to find a company that can do both.
So you go to helixsleep.com/TYSO, and you fill out their sleep quiz. You say what type of mattress you like. You get it delivered to your door at home.
Because that's where you live.
Right.
Holy moly.
You can literally sleep on this bed for 3 months and then return it. But then you have to go all the way to the post office with this big mattress.
I don't want to do
Psych.
that.
They
No.
come and they pick it up from your door.
Psych.
Yeah.
That way you don't even have to throw it out the window or burn it in your house. That's going to start a big problem.
People get really anxious when they're having to try a mattress.
I like to say, chill out.
I use a Helix mattress.
yeah.
At my parents' house, we have 2 Helix mattresses.
Yeah, one for each of the parents. They should sleep
we
together.
got it because when my brother came visiting, he didn't like his mattress.
No.
We got so in the guest room.
In the guest
we got a
room.
Helix mattress.
Yeah.
Now Helix is offering 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. Go to helixsleep.com/TYSO and use code
Helix Partner 20.
This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. With Helix, better sleep starts meow.
Yeah.
It is a great mattress.
Helix.
It's a great mattress.
Yeah.
You know. I hate to. If this weren't my podcast, if I were coming on yours,
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel this way. But the fact that you're coming on this one and people are going to want to tune into it, and then they're going to be watching it, and they're going to be like, "This is so good. Why'd they stop?"
Yeah, I think that's what they'll think.
Yeah, you get sad, and then you practice remembering things that you're happy about. Do you ever do that?
No,
Never?
I've never considered that.
You don't do gratitude things?
Gratitude, yeah, but I've never relived old happy memories. That sounds really fun.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about reliving old happy memories, but I guess that could work. I meant more so just thinking about things that you're happy about and looking forward to.
Okay. I will say that I've been doing a lot of journaling, and that's something I've been intending to do for 10 years. And I finally got so low from dealing with all this physical discomfort that I started doing it. And I'm like, holy shit, the answers have been right there in the journal the whole time.
What kind of things have you discovered?
I'm able to organize my thoughts, and how I really feel comes out on the page. And I used to think oh, I'm writing about what I did today and what I should do tomorrow, and that's a waste. But now I'm like, that's not a waste. I'm just clarifying what I want to get done. And the more that I dig in and think about what I want to do, the more likely I am to do it. And it's almost like this form of manifestation, whereas how is that not so obviously so much better than scrolling social media? Duh. And I feel really proud of myself for that. I don't know. Do you ever journal? Or?
I used to all the time.
Really?
And I think I'll do it again after this conversation. And I've been thinking about it a little bit.
And you know what else I love to do is go to a Walmart or a Target and get me
Something to eat.
Well, that more so Costco. They make McFlurries now there. Did you know?
McFlurries? Or they make something like a McFlurry?
Yeah, you get it. But
So
you
a
understood
milkshake.
No, a McFlurry is not a milkshake.
It's a milkshake you can't drink with a straw. Where I grew up, they were called blizzards.
Blizzards. It's
because
a
of
blizzard.
DQ. Yeah. Or there's a place that I love in my hometown called, shout out to East Coast Custard.
What'd you get there?
It's called a concrete.
Wait, I had concretes too, but not at that place.
And it's custard.
Yeah. Ooh. We had custard at Culver's. Did you have Culver's?
I don't know. It sounds familiar. But basically a concrete is a McFlurry is a blizzard.
I would explain that as soft serve with a candy mix in. Mm-hmm. Or cookie. Wait, what was your flavor?
Oreo usually. And then when I get the concrete, I would do it with sometimes with strawberries or sometimes with cherries. Ooh, man.
With Oreo?
Yeah.
I would do Oreo sometimes with mint or sometimes with peanut butter.
Oh. Yeah. When getting a milkshake, when I used to go to Jack in the Box, and I used to, strawberry milkshake with Oreos in it. Strawberry and Oreo together is so good.
I don't really do fruit with my dessert, but I'm curious.
When do you have fruit?
I do fruit separately.
When?
Lately, I have some fruit in my morning chia seed breakfast cup.
Cool.
So I do a Bosque pear.
This might make a good cold open. More of this to come on this episode.
You're asking more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about Walmart. Oh, I love to go get a 5-star notebook. The kind that I used in high school. And make that my journal. So there's a little bit of this nostalgic feeling. I don't want a Moleskine or a fancy small journal. I want the ones you had in high school and your back.
These?
That works.
I've been using this a little bit.
That works, but I like the spirals.
So you could go around. I talked about on a podcast recently how much I used to love back to school shopping, and I thought if I get this binder and these notebooks, I'm going to do so much work, and then I didn't. But you think you're going to.
But that's every purchase.
And that, I think about that all the time when I'm buying something like, oh, you know what? Maybe I need a new computer. Yeah, I'll do more writing on that or something. I'm like, dude, this is just the notebook shit all over again. If you're not doing it now, you're not going to do it with a new one. It's like what's her name says from Speed, but when she's in The Blind Side, when you're looking at clothes, Sandra Bullock, you're never going to like clothes as much as you do when you try it on at the store. So if you don't love it, don't bring it home.
Oh, that's good advice.
Yeah.
But it is the same thing with clothes in a different way, which is like, oh, I envision myself when I have this new handbag, I'm going to be this version of me that's going to be so much cooler and better and have this, and this going on. But it doesn't happen. I'm the same person.
Because it's just like looking for external validation, dude. It's not about the notebook. It's about what is in the person that's going to put the stuff on the notebook. The best we could do is find stuff that's convenient. I love finding ways of doing things conveniently.
Okay.
But it's still a lot of work.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but
what
like,
do you mean?
If you have certain things to do, do the ones that you're in the mood for, and don't stress about not getting to that other thing yet.
My favorite teacher in 8th grade, Mr. Zagurski, he was like 90 then, so I doubt he's with us. And we kind of had like a vibe, if I'm being honest.
A year? You were in it for 1 year? What grade was this?
8th. And he gave such good life advice that all the other dumb kids were tuning out. Meanwhile, I'm in the front row. I'm like, I listen to everything Zagurski says. Like, this guy knows life. And he's teaching us the right shit because he's old and knows better. He said, okay, some people, when they get home to do their homework, they're logically gonna be like, let me get the hardest thing out of the way first. No, not Mr. Zagurski.
Yeah, foreplay.
He is like, do whatever you're in the mood will be the most fun to do. And I didn't understand why, but I loved it and I did it. And now I get it. It's like, then it's so much easier to start, and starting is the hardest part.
You got to get started. Yeah. Get started with something. Enjoy it. Frost yourself. And then once you're building up momentum, get to the harder stuff.
Frost yourself. Is that like a sexual term? What is that?
It's from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
And what does it mean?
They were doing a campaign for diamonds, and it's an advertising thing, and the slogan was to frost yourself.
So
just wearing tons of diamonds.
Quoting that movie just casually?
Yeah, you frost yourself. It's just take it, do what you want. Put your diamonds on. Frost yourself. Take care of yourself. Here, you know what you might get if this were toaster strudel? Use 2 frostings.
Yeah, get started.
Because then you're eating. If you're hungry and you have a toaster strudel with no icing left, it's better than nothing. But you're not going to start with a no icing toaster strudel and want more.
Yeah. So if I want to eat the most amount of toaster strudel I can, I'm going to go icing.
Frost yourself.
Okay. Now I get it.
Okay. Good. Our demographic. Zoom in on the dog sleeping. So what do you feel different about your body like when you're on stage as a pregnant woman, when you would talk about your body when you weren't a pregnant woman? Because you would talk about like looks and the way you feel and stuff.
I've had to stop that a while ago because people don't respond well, and that's not a reason to stop doing something necessarily.
Maybe you have to find a different way of doing it then.
But my body was changing. You know me. I love to lose some weight. I love to gain some weight. I love to go up and down and all around. Mm-hmm. And so then I would get into this mindset where, I'm this like chubby girl. And then that would stay with me in my material. But like, I wasn't looking that way anymore. And so it's actually a really bad place to write from and write about, because one, it's also not that interesting to me anymore. Like,
I've been saying it for years.
Yeah. But when, you start stand up at 21, it's like your brain is not there. So you just look at your body and you're like, I guess this is what I talk about. Cause I didn't have the capacity or the life experience to like think of other things yet.
How old were you when you got that life experience?
I don't know, like a couple weeks ago.
You think?
I definitely think that.
Stunted?
I was not even on my way to being an adult with normal brain function till like 30.
That's fair.
Do you feel similarly at all?
No.
You don't?
No.
Because I I'm really serious about this. Like when I think about how stupid I have been for so long, it's shocking.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even function. I couldn't even pay attention in movies. Like I don't know if that's
That's not an intellect thing. That's just an attention thing and a priority thing. Some people don't want to watch movies.
I agree. I think there's something though all wrapped. Okay, you know what? There might be two different things, but it's like I had some form of long-term PTSD, which I don't even know what the
Post-traumatic stress disorder?
I don't know what the T was, but it's so in alignment with what that would be because I would watch things and I would just stay in my head. And so if I couldn't be entertained by just like the very basics of the movie, I couldn't enjoy it.
But you liked going to shows. Live shows were okay? Or you felt that way there too? Because
No,
you love
everywhere.
Broadway. So watching something, was it an attention thing because you weren't part of it, you weren't interested?
Maybe, but I think it's just like the anxiety doesn't turn off. And so you're watching something and you're like, I don't know if you ever felt this where it's like,
You should be doing something different.
I'm so addicted to the anxiety in my own head. I can't walk away from it and escape into something else.
I don't know if that's addicted to it versus you're just talking about having anxiety. You don't want it. You don't.
Well, I can't walk away from it.
That's, if you could, you wouldn't have anxiety.
Yeah.
That's like saying I'm addicted to stomach aches. I can't stop them. It's like you can't just be like, go away, stomach ache. You have to eat different.
Oh,
You have
that's
to be
really
different.
a very thoughtful, kind way of looking at it. Because to me, my way of looking at it is I'm blaming myself. I'm like, I must love this. These intrusive thoughts.
No, you just don't know. You don't know how to get away from it.
Yeah. So for a long time, I also
Like these
equate that
flies
to
in
being
this room.
kind of stupid because I couldn't really consume entertainment and then have a good intellectual conversation about it because I wasn't taking in the full experience. And so for a long time, it only mattered to me like, did I laugh at a joke? Did I like the makeup, or was the music pretty in the musical? Like, whereas now I'm able to sit down and consume entertainment and spend 90 minutes like getting into this world and following a story. And like, it's really scary and sad to me that I couldn't do that for a really long time.
Why do you think it changed?
I hate to say this, but it's got to be part of it. Was I think weed taught my body and my brain what it feels like to be relaxed. And so I learned how to feel relaxed and just let myself go on a journey. Whereas that's why, and I'm not the biggest advocate for drugs at all. I don't even know if I'm going to go back to it after
What's
pregnancy.
the name of your movie?
Drugstore June.
Go on. You wrote a movie about it.
It's not about
Subconscious?
weed.
No, it's not.
No, it's not subconscious. It's because I always thought if I didn't move to LA, I would just work at Walgreens. So it's based on that. But anyways, whatever.
Weed calmed you down.
It calms me down.
But didn't you do weed in your 20s too?
No, I didn't try it till I was 33. So I was like, and I had never tried a single drug. I had never been high. I'd never had alcohol. So I just had never relaxed.
Yeah, I don't think oh yeah, you missed out by not getting into alcohol. That would have calmed you down.
Is that a joke?
No, I guess it depends on how you're looking at it. I'm saying alcohol is not, I understand the weed thing. I wouldn't understand it. You know actually how I started to get calm? Alcohol. Like I'd be like, really?
But don't you think there's people that drink and then that makes them feel relaxed? Like people always talk of it's a famous thing. I don't have inhibitions and now I can have a conversation.
I think that's different. I think what they're doing is numbing, not relaxing. I think that they're avoiding their feelings as opposed to learning to accept them. Now, I don't mean that as a blanketed statement to everybody who drinks and why they drink. But what I'm saying is free from inhibition.
Is it blanketed or blanket?
The saying is blanket, but it happened in the past.
Okay. Keep going.
Where like, oh, you know what? I'm too scared to do this, or I don't know how to talk to people at this party, or I don't want to feel awkward or uncomfortable. I'll drink. And then you're not really finding yourself. Like if you drink to fit in someplace, it's a form of masking. Now you're like, oh yeah, I could do it, but now you're gonna have to do that the next time.
So you don't think it's possible that you could have that experience and then, oh, now my brain knows what it's like to be relaxed when I talk to someone. I can maybe do it now.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not saying
okay.
that it can't be. I just see that there's a. I have weed
Gulp, gulp,
because I want the food to taste a little bit better and the jokes to hit a little bit harder, right?
And the movie to
Yeah.
be brighter and more interesting.
But without the weed, I'm not feeling like, oh, I don't want to have this food. I don't want to watch this thing. Weed I use to enhance, not to hold my hand. Drinking, I find when people do it, they do it because people drink for lots of different reasons and people do weed for different reasons. But if you're talking about, I don't feel comfortable, let me have a drink, that is...
Okay.
Now we have a question, like if we're checking in with ourselves, now we have a question and we're answering it with drinking, and I don't think that's the answer. Why am I so uncomfortable in social situations? Why do I put expectations on other people from how they should receive me? Am I not talking enough at this party? Am I not being funny enough? Am I being too annoying? You know what? I don't want to deal with this. I'll drink. Why? Deal with it. Figure it out.
But I could use weed in that very same way that you're explaining people use alcohol. I mean, I'm obviously not like someone who's extremely uncomfortable in social situations, but sometimes you just don't want to be social and you're like, oh, I should go to this thing with my partner and I don't feel like it.
And it's going to be boring or whatever, so I'll have some weed. I get that.
Yeah. And that'll make it a little easier because I'll be looser. And
it's a drug, and I get it. I agree with that. Brent just told me the other day of something that Snoop Dogg said, and I don't, so it's hearsay to me, but it makes sense. He goes, you get 30 people in a room and you give them a bottle of scotch. By the end, they're going to be fighting and yelling and arguing. You get 30 people in a room and you have them smoke some weed. They're going to just be best friends. They're going to be laughing. They're going to be doing bits.
You could put 1,000 motherfuckers in one room that don't like each other. Put some weed in the air. Them niggas going to be taking selfies and doing all kind of cool shit. You could put 4 people in a room that don't like each other and 1 glass of fucking alcohol. Somebody going to be fucking dead.
I think that some people take weed and it makes them more anxious.
Right.
Weed's not for that person.
Right.
But
God, isn't that so weird?
Yeah. It's like cilantro. Some people like it and it makes them anxious.
It's the weirdest thing and I like hate it because here I am. I'm like, oh my God, weed solved these problems for me and this. And then there's people like, I can't touch it.
Yeah, that sucks.
I hate that.
But typically...
How could it be so different? We're all people.
Everyone metabolizes stuff differently.
Yeah.
Some people some people can't have coffee. Some people are alcoholics. Mm-hmm. And some people can have a drink.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about drinking to me, like when I'm around people that are really high, at worst case, maybe they're going to be a little annoying. But around people that are drunk, they're always annoying, oftentimes mean, so unaware, and they're just stupid. They're just stupid. High, it's like the type of stupid where you're like, you ever notice that like when the stars, there's like, I don't buy into whatever you're saying, but like I'll listen.
Yeah.
Drunk people are just like, no, it's not. It's not what it is. No, it's not. It's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. I just hate it.
Can you imagine me being super drunk? How annoying that must be for you? It would be.
What
do you think it would be like?
I would love to be high with you. I've been saying that for a while.
We got high. Oh no, I couldn't get high.
Yeah.
You were high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. I know. Getting high with a friend is so fun.
Dude, I get high on this podcast with friends all the time. Adam Ray, almost every one of them were high.
Oh, holy shit. Dude, that was... Hey, man, we got to get you into superhero school.
Superhero school?
Superhero school. Superhero school. Superhero school. You can't expect to cut me off and think I'm going to do it. Superhero school. Superhero school. Oh, no. You swallowed the smoke, huh? Oh.
I'm just kidding. Adam.
Nah, man, the damage has been done. You ain't real.
And we're just laughing nonstop.
Do you ever feel though like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this because then it won't be as fun not high and now I'm dependent? You
No.
don't? Why not?
Well, first of all, and I do this with coffee too, I will not have the weed or I will not have the coffee. I walk out to a coffee shop near me all the time
Yeah.
and don't get anything.
How do you do that?
So I'm walking there because I want the coffee, because like I want the drug. I want to feel good. I want the high. I want the coffee. And then I'll get there and then I ask myself, do I need this? You know what else I do it now with? And I implemented it from the coffee thing. I do it with treats. Sometimes I need it. Sometimes I need the donut. I'll need the cookie. So when I'm someplace and someone says, do you want a cookie? Of course I want a cookie. Of course I want a cookie.
Yeah.
But if I'm not feeling like I want a cookie, I won't do it because I'm going to tonight. I'm going to really want cookies and donuts tonight. So when I get home and
I
it's
love
like
that sentence.
and I'm gonna get some donuts, it's like, yeah, I already had some cookies.
Can you stop yelling my dog's name?
Sorry. He seems really triggered by it.
She.
Oh, right. It's kind of like that with, you know what? It's anything that is I'm realizing this now. Maybe I have, but I'm connecting it because it's like that with sex and or masturbating. Sex, not as much because it's involving another person and it's connective. But like things that like Andy Kozel once said, masturbating makes him 5 minutes late everywhere, which is funny to me because it's like you didn't need to jerk off right then. You could have gone to your thing and did it later. Masturbating, sex, but masturbating, coffee, donuts. When you're just sitting there, okay, and there's all of a sudden I'm hard, or there's a donut over there, or you know what, I feel like I could use a coffee. You have to ask yourself, am I looking for dopamine or am I looking for donuts come in coffee? Merch, write that down. And when I'm looking for something, and coffee could be it, a donut could be it, coming could be it, I don't do it. I'm not perfect, but I don't do it.
That's a really hard skill, but really important. And I totally obviously relate to that. And it is hard because it's not hard, but like when I think about, it's like when I watch a commercial for Taco Bell or a TikTok and somebody's eating Taco Bell, of course my brain is like, I want Taco Bell right now.
They know what they're doing.
And it's really hard to shake that.
Coffee is what got me into it. And now I've been able to do it with treats. Because,
so you will walk to a treat and then not get the treat?
No, I won't walk to the treat because I don't have as much willpower with a treat.
Okay.
I do with a coffee.
What are your favorite treats?
Donuts.
Okay.
Donuts are my favorite.
Okay.
But baked goods, pastries.
Yeah.
Anything that I could have hot and put some ice cream with it.
Oh.
But the reason I brought that up was weed. Talking about that, then you rely on it. So there will be times where like I really want to get high. I'm like, don't do it today.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I also know like when I get high, and I'll go weeks without getting high, and then I'll get high 5 days in a week. Mm-hmm. But I don't do that all the time. If I don't have coffee, I still have coffee. I'll take a few sips and it hits. A few sips. I like that. I don't want to need.
Because you're not having it every day.
I don't know if that's the reason, but like.
How often do you think you have it?
Now I haven't had coffee since Christmas.
Why?
Well, I got off of it for the cleanse, and I've been feeling good. So I still have black tea sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I obviously have gone many, many months without coffee. I've had it sometimes here and there in the pregnancy, but...
How does that work? Wine and coffee, you're allowed to have sips of here and there?
No, you can have a cup of coffee every day, but the first 3 months, it made me nauseous. I didn't want it. It was just, the thought was gross. Then the next 3 months, the acid reflux got really bad and it was off limits. And now I'm in the last trimester and I'm like, okay, I can kind of stomach it. So I've been having it here and there. It's just the way that pregnancy is landing on me. Like I didn't want it, which has been really sad. And I have noticed that when I do have it, I'm like, oh, I really needed this happiness. This really is making me feel happiness. And that makes me a little bummed because I'm like, I don't want to rely on a stimulant or whatever for happiness. But I kind of have to just give in to that because that's the situation that I'm in with
It's
this.
one of your little pleasures.
This brain and body is that like I need a coffee or a weed in the future or in the past or whatever to like enjoy life.
It's a little pleasure. That's
is that
fine.
horrible?
Does it get in the way of anything?
No.
Then nope.
Really?
No.
That's encouraging.
Yeah, if it's not getting in the way of anything.
Although weed could get, I could see that getting in the way.
The way I eat with weed is why I don't do it more. I eat the worst.
I don't.
I got so high yesterday, and I ordered 2 orders of brisket, cornbread,
Oh my God.
seasoned fries,
From where?
Bledsoe's.
Dave loves Bledsoe's. I think it's just okay.
It's really good. They got great barbecue sauce. I got extra in my fridge right now. I also ordered, and I haven't had gluten since Christmas, and I was so high.
You're pregnant.
I ordered a cobbler.
What kind of flavor?
Blueberry. They make it in-house. I thought it was peach when I ordered it.
Oh, really? Okay, that would have been my first choice.
And it came with ice cream, but I've also been dairy-free. I didn't eat the ice cream. But then somebody
You're
else
so restrictive.
somebody else ordered from Swingers, and I go, all right, I'll get, because I don't know, just to have a little, because their fries aren't sweet potato. So I ordered some sweet potato fries from that Swingers. I got a vegan chili, and then they had a vegan milkshake because I got the cobbler and I couldn't have the ice cream. I wanted
What
this.
flavor milkshake?
The only one they have is peanut butter, and I can't eat peanuts. So I asked if they could do it without the peanuts. Whatever flavor it is before they put the peanut butter in, I don't care. Came with peanuts. But so I had the 2 orders of whatever the meat is.
I've always wanted to be a Swingers waitress.
Oh, I could see that.
I almost
Because
during
the
this-
skirt and the t-shirts that you like to wear?
In the strike, I was like, Dave, I think I'm going to do this. And then I got too sick from pregnancy.
Oh, you were going to be a Swingers waitress during the strike?
Yeah. I really wanted that.
Do you think that you would be okay bringing people things when you want them to bring it to you, and also people eating the things that you want, and also people eating the things that you're like, why would you eat that?
Yeah, because then at my break, I'll just have what I was really wanting that I saw.
Which would be a fried chicken salad in a bun?
No, I make that at home. At Swingers, my go-to is the grown-up grilled cheese.
What does that mean? Multiple like cheeses that are grown up?
No, it's an item on the menu. It's like a grill. You don't know about the grown-up grilled cheese?
I don't eat cheese.
Okay, so it's like a grilled cheese, but it has tomato and pesto. It has like adult things
Right.
in it. It's so,
Like it comes with a newspaper.
it's so good.
Right.
I love Swingers.
I like Swingers a lot. I used to go all the time.
Can I say, my first ever open mic at the Comedy Store, I met this woman, and we just like hit it off sitting on the patio.
Annie Letterman?
No, it was someone else, and a different, whatever. We like had so much fun talking.
I know who it is.
There's no way.
I know who it is.
Who?
We'll bleep it, but tell me the truth.
Who? No, it's
Okay.
not someone you know.
Still bleep it.
I could say the name if you bleep it.
Okay.
Her name was. She was like
Okay.
But anyway,
Bleep all the names.
yeah, and
I don't know why we're bleeping them, but
I just am so sick of whatever. Okay, so, and then she took me to Swingers, and that was like my first adult. Oh my God, I'm going to a diner
with another comedian, we're hanging out, talking jokes.
You know, I had just dropped out of college. I was 21. I was like, I'm a grown up now in a new city.
Yeah.
And so I have the best vibes about Swingers. It's like the perfect place to have that experience.
Mine was close to it, but where I would always go after shows was the 101 Cafe.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Loved. I heard they reopened it. It's a new
Yeah, it's like Clark Street Clark Street Diner. It might be good food because Clark Street is good bread.
I loved that blackened chicken sandwich. And people, I don't eat cheese, but people love the mac and cheese. Oh
thought
man,
the
I
food-
miss that shit, man.
I know.
Doing shows late and then going out with your friends that were already at the shows with you that are like your friends that like, you know, it could be a pool of like 30 different people that you're all like you're friendly with, but then you have like your six people that then you'll text, hey, we're going to this place. And that's always a different group because it's a few people from that pool of 30 for whoever is at the IO open mic or store or whatever.
I know. I miss this so much. It's sad. It's the concept of third places, you know, because, okay, so in adulthood, it's harder to maintain friendships. I know you and I have talked about this. It's like you have to make plans and it's just
you have to show up for your friends and you have to commit to it.
Naturally harder. But when you have a third place, which is somewhere you go and so people will just be there, you didn't plan it out.
It's why it's easy to be friends with people you work with because you have to be there with each other.
Yeah. And I'm missing that in my life now because it just, I need that back somehow.
Well, you got to make it. That's what this podcast has become for me. Mm-hmm. I also
not today, but
yeah, today too.
Okay.
But sometimes even more. But like, I did a trip with friends. We all went to Disneyland, and the reason I wanted to do that. Wait, did you go?
No,
I asked
we
you.
Talked
You couldn't.
about it.
Right.
I don't think you did ask me.
I did ask you. You couldn't. I remember I
Okay.
asked you.
Okay.
I don't know why. I feel like I feel like you really like Disneyland. Am I projecting on you, or have we talked about it?
You are projecting it. I didn't love it when I
Because
went.
Dave doesn't like it.
He and I together were just kind of like, we don't get it.
Oh, well, the group was my parents, some other family, cousins, and then Amir, Brent, Sullivan, and
You've sold me on this that it sounds fun the way you do it, but we went with my mom and we just didn't know
My
what
mom
to
too.
expect.
yeah, going to Disneyland is like going to Vegas. When somebody says, I don't like it, you just don't have the right group.
Yeah, I've been to Vegas with you. It was very fun.
I love Vegas.
I know, me too.
But now I'm thinking Disney. So let me talk to you about Disney for a sec.
Okay.
You go
Now
to
I'm
Disneyland with your
thinking
friends
Disney.
and you're like, we got to do this all the time. Why do we only do this for a birthday or something? Find fucking things. Take a trip somewhere, get hotel rooms, you know, hotels with friends. Bro, it's the funnest.
I know.
And you're just up all night laughing and giggling and playing. So
giggling and playing. I love it.
So if you have money, what you do is you get your own room and it's combined by the suite in the middle, or at least you all stay on the same floor. But
I
if you
did
don't have
that.
money or you don't care about sleeping with other people, you get a room and you all share rooms. But I want my friends snore and they're not going to keep the bathroom as clean as I would. And also I want my own room. Mm-hmm. But then you do a thing and Disney is that thing.
You're making me want to travel, do the road with friends. Because that's like the perfect way to do this.
Yeah.
I also like doing it alone, but
Do you?
I do.
I'm setting up a tour for the first time since like when I was on Undateable right
I'm
now.
so happy to see that you're doing stand-up and touring. I think it's like awesome, and you're going to, if not already, like discover how rewarding it is.
I do stand up all the time. I just do it in 15, 20-minute sections, and I would not travel.
Yeah. No, I know.
So it doesn't feel like it's new to me, but it also does because I don't know, doing it in town and then coming home, it just feels like everything is home club.
It's a different experience, but it's better in ways, and it's also harder in ways.
I didn't like it when I did it before.
I've also not liked it, and then now I really like it. So I feel good about this for you. Maybe I don't know, but I feel similarly to you. Like I like to stay home. I'm a little bit of a homebody. Travel obviously sucks, but I've gotten in the last year into this groove with it where I love it. I'm hooked on it. It's so
And you go by yourself.
I go by myself, and I love that. And obviously now that's all about to be taken away from me because I'm having a baby. And
Are you going to do any traveling shows? Like one night shows or something?
Well, I have my last tour date this Friday in Portland, which will have happened when this comes out. But I have my last tour date, and then I'm going to go off. And then my goal is like late this fall to start up again.
And would you ever want to go with a friend?
I would. Yeah, it would be fun.
Once I get used to this, and if I decide I want to keep doing it, because I hate leaving, man. But once I do, and I think I'm going to, because I do love this, we should do some shows together.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Not a tour together, but like find some weekends and do.
I know, but I pitched that and then you did it with someone else.
What do you mean?
Didn't I pitch to you, let's do a holiday show, and then you did one with someone else?
I did a holiday show with Lisa Gilroy. When
Yeah.
did you pitch a holiday show to me?
I thought that we had texted about doing one. It's fine. Like I did my own.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I would have done that. I mean, we didn't do a stand. She doesn't do stand up.
Whatever it is, I'm surprised. I was surprised to hear you say that because I thought we talked about it and then it didn't happen. But I
don't remember that. I believe that maybe I forgot. But yeah, I've talked about doing this with Adam Ray a bit. And I know that we talked about it a little bit ago and it just never happened.
That sounds really fun. Yeah. But there's something that makes me feel so adult and like,
I know.
I just love it. And
You're saying being by yourself and landing at an airport somewhere?
yeah. And also lately it's been convenient because I've been going places where I can travel out of Burbank Airport, which is a lot easier. And I did take your tip and I take Uber Black, which is like a little bit better for me. And I do splurge and travel first class, especially now during the pregnancy. I don't always do that. And like, I just make it really nice.
It's the only way.
And I really treat myself. And yes, I'm going to make less money because I'm spending a lot of money while
Totally
doing
fine.
it. But it's about the experience. And we're so lucky. And then like people show up and that's so cool. And I get to share my thoughts and my weird ideas and they laugh and they connect. And even the bare minimum. And I say this
That's actually a good name of your special.
I like that. At the end, I often say this to the crowd. I'm like, thank God we all just spent an hour together not looking at our phones. Like, we should all feel proud of ourselves and we had fun in real life, in person. It's so rewarding and fulfilling. And then you try new food. Like, it's the best.
What new foods do you try? Don't you always just get artichoke dip and chips?
I do get that.
And then something else?
Yeah.
What new foods do you try?
Well, I'm just saying you try new restaurants.
Do you go to restaurants? You walk
Sometimes I go to restaurants. Sometimes I get room service. Sometimes I
love room service.
Like, I know in Portland I'm going to be door dashing Nong's chicken and rice. Like, I've
I
got
don't
my
know about
spots.
this. Is this a shout out to Nong's?
Yeah, it's so good. When you go to Portland, get Nong's.
What kind of food
please.
is it? Is it Mediterranean?
It's a special kind of chicken. I forgot what it's called, but it's like an Asian chicken that comes with rice and like a couple sauces. It's so good. It's like a Portland specialty.
People in Portland know this.
Yes.
Like people in England talk about cheeky Nando's.
Maybe I've never heard of cheeky Nando's.
Yeah, it's something that people never hear of it. And then once you're over there, it's like, oh, it'd be like, you've never heard of Chick-fil-A? So that's.
Okay. Do you have other things to say about touring? Have you started?
No, I mean, I did some shows in Brooklyn because I wanted to try doing shows out of LA.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And those were cool. But I don't consider that a tour
No,
starting.
it's not.
Just headlining outside of Los Angeles, I guess.
Yeah.
Just traveling is just, I get so uncomfortable. But it is what it is. I think I need to have a to-go. You know what would make it easier for me is if I had a to-go bag. I would like the same outfits. I have my to-go toiletries.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this now. Like, I don't want to have to think about, I'll just, however many days I'm there, I'll add enough if I poop my pants once, an extra pair of socks too.
I would leave for maybe 2 or 3 poop pants.
No, because like, I always have extra underwear. So
Me
let's say
too.
I'm leaving on Friday and I'm leaving on Thursday and I come back Sunday, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 4 days. If I pack 4 pairs of underwear, I'm also bringing one. And there's a decent chance that if I get there at night, I'm not going to shower at night. I'm just going to go.
You should always double the days for underwear.
I would always add the amount of days I would pack plus one I'm wearing. And I always come home with clean underwear. But I bring so much underwear.
I double.
Do you shower every day when you're on the road?
Come on.
So no.
Yeah.
You don't?
No.
Right. So how many times do you change your underwear when you don't shower?
I mean, it's like, okay, the first half of the day, That's one pair of underwear.
You change your underwear halfway through the day without showering?
Yeah.
Really?
Why is that?
Oh, shit. You know what it's for? Let me change my underwear real quick. That's just weird.
Because I'm changing outfits.
You change outfits. So you don't shower before an outfit change?
No.
I'll shower every time there's a show. But if I get there on a Thursday, I'll probably not shower. And then the next day, I'll shower in the morning maybe, or shower before the show.
I don't shower on the road, if I'm really being honest.
Sure. Do you shower at home?
No, I take baths. So, if I really need the bath, I'll do it at the hotel if there's the bathtub. It's never that great unless I'm in Vegas, where they have nice tubs in every room. But we're not a shower household.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
And people love to comment, she's so gross and dirt. It's like, okay. Okay.
Do you wash your face every night?
No.
Do you brush your teeth every night?
Yes.
Do you floss every night?
No. But especially in pregnancy, I mouthwash a lot of times in the day because there's like weird tastes.
You don't wash your face every night?
No.
Getting into bed with a brushed teeth, flossed, face washed, put some stuff under the eyes or lotion on the forehead or whatever you do, and you get in bed, a little heating pad, throw on some Queer Eye, put a pillow under your legs, go like this. You got a nice glass of water right next to you. You don't need to get out of bed, but you can.
I think it's mental. I don't know. I hosted a skincare podcast for like 4 years, and I came away from that having tried everything, and I just sort of was like, I think this is all mostly fake.
I could connect to a lot of the stuff is peace of mind.
Yeah.
Or as you would call it, a pizza mind. But I
do have a pizza mind.
I do think that I found some products that like, oh, I see a difference, and that's why I use them.
What, like Kiehl's?
No.
That's what guys use.
I use SkinCeuticals, baby.
It's a good brand.
It's a really good brand. Shout out to SkinCeuticals. I would do a sponsorship just in trade.
They have good, they have like a really good formula, a woman who made their formulas. So there's some science there.
There's a lot of science there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like their vitamin C.
Vitamin C is one of the rare skincare ingredients that is scientifically proven to do some stuff and not be fake.
I also like their lipid night cream lotion. It's not a night cream, but I only use it at night.
Okay.
And I love to use it, especially being on set and having makeup on.
That's true. You kind of need to have like a routine when you're doing that.
I also use a red light mask.
You do?
I haven't been good with it the past couple weeks, but
I'm so curious about that.
I look great. I'm 26. People think I'm 18.
Your skin is looking good now, but I would argue that might just be because of like the cleanse you did and like all the things you're restricting.
My skin is usually pretty good. My skin actually has not been great recently, but been having a lot of makeup on and been pretty stressed.
That's what
but it's clearing up.
And that's another in my, I'm 35. I've done a lot of different skincare things through the years, just like trial and error, no like work or whatever they call it.
No work?
Like I haven't had any lasers or treatments or injections. I have never done any of that stuff because I'm just too scared. But I've done cleanses and remove this from your diet and this product, whatever, got this most expensive thing and tried it. I've always noticed that the most results I get are from the dietary changes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of made me like whatever on skincare.
Do you wear sunblock?
If I go out in the summer, yeah. Yeah, I should do it more. But then there's all this stuff that the chemicals in that are bad. But if you use a physical sunscreen, not a chemical, you're okay.
Yeah, there's
then
a lot
those
going
make
on.
your face have a white cast. Everything's annoying. And everything makes you sick. Are you scared of plastic?
I don't know if scared of it is right. Because like for example, recently I've been drinking from some Smart Bottle waters, Smart Water bottles. But typically I use my Berkey filter. And when I have the option, like I love Mountain Valley, but it's glass. It's, I try to avoid it. I really do. I don't use it at home. Like I don't have any Tupperware that's plastic. I don't have any like water bottles that I use that like thermoses or cups that are plastic. And when I go get hot drinks, I I don't get hot drinks, but like coffee and stuff, I'll get an ice something. But when I get espresso shots in it, I'll ask them to first put in the cold and the ice cubes and put the espresso on top so it doesn't touch the cup. Am I scared of it? I'm aware of it. How about you?
Same answer.
You know, LAX, no more plastic bottles in the entire airport.
Really?
Not one. Next time you go there, take a look.
They have all the path water.
Or they have they have smart water, but it's in the aluminum.
Oh, I did see that.
But you know what else I heard? At least in soda cans, there's plastic inside of the aluminum.
Yeah, I know.
And there's plastic wax inside of the papers.
The paper cups, yeah. They have I know. It sucks. Also today, like there was some study that all babies are born with microplastics in them already. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, we can't get away from it.
Maybe we will evolve into plastics.
I would love
LA
that.
has already done it.
No, I would love that.
Do you think there are people that if they watch this podcast and made it to, 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago,
Yeah.
when we're talking about the stuff we were just talking about?
No, I don't think there are.
Never mind then.
No, keep going.
Like people that would be like, oh, these fucking LA Jews.
Then why are they watching?
I'm not saying that like fuck them or stop. I'm just saying that like the judgment that some people will have, not because of any reason other than they don't live that lifestyle. Like if you've never tried SkinCeuticals, then don't talk shit. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think. I spent a really long time not being who I really am. And
Yeah, we talked about this.
I don't want to do that anymore. And there is enough out there for everybody. And if this isn't for you, if I'm not for you, I'm not worried about you because I know there's something out there for you.
Right,
and it's not my responsibility to be the entertainer for you.
Well,
you have someone else to choose from and you'll like them. Go to Tom Zakura or whatever channel. You'll like that.
You don't know who that is?
I said his name a little weird. Tom Segura. He's great. And I feel like if you don't like me, you might love him. So just because we're different, I just think there's so much out there that if two Jewish people who live in LA.
But how do we get people to care about using vitamin C, using SPF, and not using plastic?
We don't need them to care.
Because it's systemic. And
that's not we're not going to change anything.
You know what? And it's that attitude that's not going to change anything.
No, this is the bullshit.
Look what happened with LAX. Imagine if all airports did that. I would be getting more bottles of water.
I see that Path aluminum water everywhere I go, every airport.
I don't.
It's
Cleveland doesn't have one.
Okay, well, I am seeing it more.
But you know what Cleveland does have?
What?
A Cinnabon. Right when you get off, when you leave the airport to go to your luggage.
Do you ever get it?
I haven't in so long, and I before I smell it as I'm walking, I'm like, smell it, enjoy it, look at it. Don't get it. You'll get treats when you're home because there's a Jewish deli near me that I love.
What do you get there?
So many things. They have the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had, and
really,
buy 12 get 6 free.
I usually don't have a good, usually Jewish delis baked goods are not, they don't hit for, Cantor's, they're all dry.
Cantor's, that's not true. Cantor's has, a lot of them are bad.
Okay, I'm glad you agree.
A lot of them are dry.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are dry by design. A lot of those things, a scone is going to be dry. You've accepted a scone a few years ago and you haven't looked back.
That's true.
Some treats are dry.
You're not wrong.
They have a Neapolitan cookie.
Oh.
I also love a Homentashen. Love. Favorite flavor? 1, 2, 3.
Prune.
Apricot. Okay.
Apricot's pretty good though. Maybe you're right.
So this deli, they have.
I was born on Purim.
Oh yeah? Is that why you're named Esther?
No, but it's just a coincidence.
Remember that when someone would say Haman?
I feel like I went to Jewish preschool with you. It's just hitting me right now.
When I had Ari Shafir on here the first time, and I've known Ari for a long time, but we were just talking and it wasn't in a comedy club and it was calm. And I was like, oh, I know you.
Yeah.
I grew up with you.
Yes.
And it was really, really comforting. Like, I have since felt so much after watching his special, which is so good.
I gotta watch that.
It's so good.
Wow,
Jew,
okay.
his stand-up
Yeah.
special. Yeah, so I watched it after work last year. I listened to it on my way from work to here and setting up, and then he got here right after I listened to the special, and it's fantastic.
Oh, I'm excited.
And then I just think he's so funny, and he's on the couch, and I just like, dude, yeah, I grew up with you.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way, and there is something that, I mean, this is not a new statement, but Jewish, people of like cultures in general, but speaking for Jews, and then there's a certain type of Jew. There's an East Coast Jew, there's a Midwest Jew, and in that there is a Venn diagram of still just the Jew part of that side.
I actually very rarely connect. To the Midwest Jew is really separate and different than the LA or the New York Jew.
There are some commonalities, though. I don't want to throw that under the bus.
But it's so different.
But there is a different one. Yeah, there is. You went to Jewish summer camp. Did you go to Jewish summer camp? You're half regular.
I couldn't do sleepovers. I had extreme emotional issues.
Right. And what were those?
My mom had to sleep in my twin bed with me every night.
And then maybe that's why you're so against having to rely on things these days.
What? When did I say that?
You don't want to have to rely on coffee, but you're enjoying it.
I don't know if those are connected because one is like a vice that you could
Which
build
one's
up
a
a
vice?
tolerance to. The coffee.
You don't think you could build up a tolerance to sleeping in a twin bed with your mom?
No,
Would you do it today?
I don't need it today.
Why did you need it? You thought if she was gone, she would leave you, or what?
I just was scared to go to bed alone at night.
Monsters?
No, not monsters.
Being alone in your own thoughts.
Yeah, maybe darkness. Yeah.
Maybe that's also why you didn't get to know yourself until you were in your 30s.
Why?
You were finding ways to not be alone with yourself, even when you were watching a movie.
But I love to play by myself.
You were forced to play by yourself because your cousins wouldn't let you in the attic.
That's true. Want to know my worst memory? Mm-hmm. Is we were at my aunt's house in Wisconsin, which is just this big, beautiful, like, there's a pool, there's like farmland, and the house is really kind of similar to this house, like cool. There's lots of crevices and like, cool rooms and stuff. And one day we were all there, all the cousins and everybody was like, all the aunts and uncles, everybody, and I could not find any of the other kids. And I was like, it was like devastating. Like for hours and hours, I was just like sitting with the grownups while they were talking, like not being able to find them. And then I found out it was like everyone was hiding in the attic playing without me. And so that's really hard. What?
That sounds tough.
I have so many fond childhood memories of being alone in my room, entertaining myself, and that was the best, with music and my toys. So there's...
Yeah, but that's distraction.
Oh yeah, that's true, playing.
I find that going to bed is like, sometimes it's tough to go to bed when you're sad because you're like,
oh yeah,
I gotta sleep next to this sad feeling. So instead you sleep next to your mom.
Or now I just play a podcast.
Do you fall asleep to a podcast?
Yeah. Or a show.
Yeah.
I really need, because you're right. That's avoiding, because I wouldn't say it's avoiding my thoughts. It's avoiding what I know will keep me up, which is my thoughts.
Yeah. Do you have conversations with yourself, though? Do you face them? Or do you avoid them a lot?
No, I think it's just thinking.
Mm-hmm. Do you like to think?
Yeah. And that's the problem is isn't this common?
Well, you're saying you listen to podcasts to avoid that.
Yes, because I want to fall asleep. Because if I lay there, I'll think and then I'll just keep thinking. And then I don't sleep. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah. What are you confused about?
I feel like you're confused.
I was just asking if you ever don't do that.
Don't do what?
If you ever don't listen to a podcast and instead...
Yeah, but I'd have to be really tired and it's harder. But when if I'm going to bed at the same time as Dave, I usually don't need to do that.
I find that it's easiest to get happy if you go through a few nights of that, of like thinking all night.
Really?
Not thinking all night, but just sitting with yourself until you fall asleep without the distractions. Yeah.
But then it's just inconvenient because now you're staying up and you want to get to bed. I don't know. But clearly going to sleep is it's a hard area for me. It's not easy. I'm not a sleeper. Even in pregnancy where people are so tired and napping, Dave is a sleeper. He can nap anytime, any place. I'm not like
Donut,
that.
come here. Donut, come here.
You're such a good girl.
Good girl. Come here, Donut.
I love you.
Come here, sweetie. Oh, she's a good girl. Oh, she's a donut. She's thinking. Her tail's wagging. I want to pick her up. I want it.
You can.
I want a dog. Oh, the cat scared her. Hey, Donut. Donut, come here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can pick her up.
Oh, she's a good girl. I want to get a dog. Oh, she's a good girl.
I cannot imagine life without a dog.
Yeah.
I never want to ever do that again.
Oh,
but it's a lot of work.
Sweetie. Does the dog have a little bit of a smell?
Yeah, her breath is a little bit funky right now.
How often do you brush your doggy's teeth?
She gets like a doggy dental day every 6 months.
So you don't?
No, she won't allow it.
Well, she would. What does she do?
Growl, not allow it.
Yeah, she growls.
And we don't do things that you don't like because you're spoiled and we love you.
I want a dog so much.
I know. I love dogs. I know. I want more dogs.
Tell me about the work it is. I know what it is, but tell me anyway.
I wish I was gonna have a puppy at the end of the pregnancy.
You might.
You're tired and like, for example, when you're working a 5 a.m. call time, oh my God, if you have a dog, you have to wake up earlier,
Right.
feed them, take them out, and get, maybe arrange someone to come watch them.
Or bring it to work.
That too, you could do when you travel for the road, you need to set something up. But those are less. It's like the daily things where it's like, ugh, I'm tired, but I have to feed her. But it is rewarding.
Is feeding a lot of work?
Feeding her is a lot of work, actually. That's not normal. She needs to be like, she has anxiety over food. So she has to be like, you have to beg her to eat. Oh. You have a stinky mouth.
Look at how fucking little. Look at how little.
Oh, good girl. I need a picture of that. Good girl. Donut. Oh, good girl. Well, what do we think?
I think.
Oh. We're...
Yeah, we got it. We could call it.
I do like you.
Cold open. Yeah.
I mean, I think if you took a lot out, it would be really good, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, we'll leave it.
I know you will. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, you leave it in.
Yeah. Slow start.
Yeah.
Or some might say the whole thing is slow. I don't know.
Sure.
What do you think?
I think that Drugstore June is great. I'm looking forward to finishing it. I think that by the time this comes out, we'll have more information of where you could see it. We'll put a link in the description.
Video on demand, for sale on Apple TV.
You got in your classic gag, half Jewish, half regular.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I did not. Oh, in the movie.
Yeah.
Did I? I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. Okay,
When
good.
you did it, I felt like
You are
I saw
always
you.
calling me out for saying it.
I'm not calling you out. I like that joke.
No, but it is for you. You always catch it.
Yeah, and I saw you too because I also know that like I'm assuming you
I think
felt.
Nick made me do it, and I was like, I can't do this.
That's what I was gonna say. I was assuming that you would be judging doing it, not wanting to do it, but you did it. So here I'll do it, and I was picturing like you probably didn't want to do multiple takes of it. I just felt you judging it, and I liked it. I like that joke.
Yeah, thank you.
It's just that, and Amir has a joke that I do this. It's the same thing. I just think about all the time.
joke?
Where he's growing his hair out for a movie. He's watching Godfather 3 later. and he wants to have long hair for it. And I just always like that joke.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But he does it in his Amir way.
I love him. I love his Baja Fresh joke too. I could watch that
Number
1,000
7.
times. I go. That's it.
He's so funny.
Yeah. There's people I could watch do the same thing over and over again. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just a comedy fan. Remember that.
I love having friends that are so funny that I like. That's what I was saying. Like, that's what this podcast is. I want to do more of like I had Brent and Adam on. Like, I want to do more like combinations. Like when we had you, me, and Nikki. That was fun. I want to do more.
I would love to participate in
stuffs.
those. So please keep me in mind. And I have to say, shout out to Brent. I was having a really hard night in the pregnancy with the acid reflux, and I walk in the green room and I see him and I'm like, he's like, how are you? And I just mentioned the acid. He's like, I have acid reflux every day. And I was like, what? And he just made me feel so much less alone. And it was so funny to me that I had this thing that I thought was just pregnancy. And he was like going like this. And I'm like, you're just like a strong man.
So to be clear, shout out to Brent because he also has acid reflux. Is what that
yes.
was. So you got to check out his specials. Did you ever try that peppermint pill I gave you?
I didn't. I was too scared. I have it though, like ready to
Do you want me
go.
to give you a new one? They're so magical. IB Guard. I talk about it here all the time.
Do you really think it would help me?
People tell me, yes. People tell me.
But pregnancy acid reflux is different.
I don't know. But I don't know.
That's the only reason that I haven't.
I think try one. It's an over-the-counter peppermint pill. OTC PP.
I think I'm going to wait till after pregnancy.
Sure, it does have green dye in it, which I don't love.
Because you know what? I had a prenatal vitamin that had a peppermint coating, and that fucks me up.
Okay.
And with pregnancy, it's more of a
Esophageal?
It's just not quite what you eat. It's just what your body's kind of doing.
Sure. It's creating life. It's amazing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
And you're doing it really well with a lot of grace.
Thank you.
And it must be difficult with all the different hats and the energies that you have to do. And you just want to go home and cry and listen to a podcast to not think.
I thought we ended this like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, all right. Anything else you want to plug?
Trash Tuesday. If people haven't watched the episodes with you on them, they should watch that.
All right, we'll put up some thumbnails of me on Trash Tuesday. How many times have I done it? 2?
3.
The first one was when you guys all wore lingerie.
Second
I did
one was in New York.
Right, the New York one.
Third one.
I forgot that one. I remember the third one.
More recently. And
I think my first one was my favorite. No, if you're trying to last long, you just change positions.
why?
Because then it's like when you're working out, you take a rest. Hey, like, I'm sure, I don't know if anyone ever fucks you face forward, but like, if you're behind, maybe you would say, here, get on my back and face, I'll get on my back and face that way or something. That felt like the most playful.
Yeah.
The other ones were just like us talking. Boring. There were some bits.
But yeah, check out Drugstore June in theaters.
Check out Drugstore
maybe.
June. Check out Trash Tuesday. Check out Esther Monster on Instagram.
Yeah.
And your Snap is something different.
I don't have Snap. That's a
That was
joke
in
in the
your
movie.
Sorry, it's just gonna be thinking about the movie so much.
Thank you. Anyone you saw as a cameo in the movie that you were excited about?
I laughed when Trevor Wallace blew the smoke on the thing and then tried to turn it into a tornado.
He was really good, right?
Yeah. My thought was Nick thought of him.
I actually think it was. I
could be wrong.
I don't know, but I think it might have been me because, yeah. But the point is, he's so funny.
Yeah, I like Trevor.
And he's really great in that role. And it was a small role, but he did so much with it that it's like he steals the scene. He's so good.
And then other cameos. There were a lot of people. You had.
I think we tried to get you. Maybe you were busy or something.
I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun to be able to make something and then just have funny people to be like, "You want to come do this?"
Because then they kill it, and they're so funny, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone we know is good at this job.
Did you screen it in front of them yet?
Friends?
Like the people that were in it, the cameo people. Did everyone see it?
I don't think so. We have a premiere coming up, which you should come to.
When?
February 20th at the Chinese Theater.
Oh, I would come.
If you're interested, I'd love
what day
to
of the
have
week
you.
is that? Do you know?
It's a Tuesday. I know you don't get your schedule till the week of.
But I would come.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like an excuse to be around, a convenient excuse to be around friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I'm also physically in such a different state that like every day is so different. I don't know if I'm going to wake up feeling what kind of a way. But yes, when we talk about it and when you say nice things about it, that makes me so happy and so excited. And the thought of a premiere where you're there and like all of those funny people are there, that's really exciting and fun. And I'm like, kind of what you're saying. It's like, that's what we do it for. That's what's the best part is sadly the cliche word of the last few years, but community.
Is that a cliche word for the last few years?
Kind of. It feels like that's sort
Since
of...
COVID or something? When did that become a thing?
Yeah, maybe since post-COVID, it's like, oh, that's like the missing link to a lot of people's health and happiness is that they don't have community.
I love community.
Yeah.
You know what? Midwest Jews.
What?
Feels like it feels like community. Like you're saying like, oh, I think I went to, what'd you say, elementary school with me or something?
Preschool.
Jewish
yeah. Preschool.
And me with Ari. I don't think he's Midwest, right? He's from... Where is he from? I don't know where Ari's from.
I
That's
know.
weird.
It's like, I want to say the East Coast, but it could even be like the South.
No, he grew up like almost going to rabbinical school. People from the South don't do that.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'll take a Polaroid of you and I'll walk you out. And I'll also, I know I'll take off these shorts, but I'm going to check the shirt to see if there's a little bit of a scent.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
Oh, from being near me in Donut?
Never mind. Yeah, I just think that's actually, no, I think that's just mean to say. Why do I need to put that on the podcast? There was a little bit of a smell.
From Donut or me?
Donut.
I know, I'm sorry about that. Donut, you stay. Okay, bye everybody.
Scoot doo. Blabbity blue.
I'll tell you, one thing that this podcast didn't do, it didn't really drain too much energy. It's pretty easy.
Donut.